the more desperate you are to reset your nervous system, the more sensitized it stays. It's like the more energy that you give it out of this desperation and this fear, the worse the problem becomes. So this is the reason that all of these things that you are trying, all of these things that you are implementing, this is the reason they're not working. Because what you're doing is working against your nervous system. So in this video, I'm going to teach you how to retrain and reset your nervous system. So your nervous system has been staying in this fight or flight alarm mode. It is just full on blasting the sirens right now. And it has been doing this for a very long time. So what we have to do in order to get a different response from the nervous system is we have to respond to the stimulus differently, the different things that happen to us. Okay, so first let me remind you of what some of these sensations and some of these feelings are when you are like super sensitized. You may have extreme anxiety. You may have heart palpitations. You may have shortness of breath. You may begin to sweat, shake, have pain in certain places, intrusive circular thinking, rumination, anxiety upon waking. All of these things and sensations that happen and you don't know why. There's really no logical reason, okay? So you have to retrain the nervous system by the way you respond. So I'm going to give you an example here, actually several examples of what you have to do. And the concept is not that difficult, but it takes repetition and it takes diving in and being willing to give it a shot for you. Okay, let's say that one of the main symptoms that you have is heart racing. Your heart rate will pick up and it feels very uncomfortable to you. So in the past, what have you done about that? Well, you've probably immediately gotten scared, maybe put your hand over your heart, maybe immediately started Googling or using ChatGPT to figure out what is this, what's causing this. You may have started looking around in this panic type mode to figure out, why am I feeling this way? What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? What do I need to fix about me? Okay, what you have to do to retrain the nervous system in this situation is you have to be with this symptom. You have to be with it without panic. You have to do something different than you've always done to let your brain know that, hey, I'm still safe, I'm okay, so that the brain doesn't automatically take over and run down that track of just craziness. And insanity is what it can feel like. You have to let your own mind know you're okay. And how do you do that? By continuing on with whatever you were doing. By continuing on with the task. Let's say that you were sitting and you were writing in your journal, something that simple. You were writing in your journal and you started to have these feelings. What do? You keep writing in your journal. You continue on. And this signals to the brain something different than you've always done. So there's an old saying, if nothing changes, nothing changes. If we continue to react the same way to all of these things, we are keeping our bodies and keeping our nervous systems in this overstimulation all the time. Okay, so another example might be, let's just say you are having this circular thinking. You're just worrying about this particular situation. You're worrying about it. You can't stop thinking about it. It's like, it's just this hamster wheel of uncomfortable feelings. So when this happens, You know, you might be doing anything. You may be ironing some clothes. You may be standing there at your sink washing some dishes. You may be driving. What you have to do is you have to not go into the same fear mode that you normally would. And you've got to continue on with whatever it is you're doing. Let's say that you're driving. You continue driving. You continue right down the path and tell yourself that you're safe. Remind yourself and kind of check real quick and realize, okay, I am safe. I'm just driving in my car. I'm okay. Remind yourself of this. And it reminds the nervous system, okay, she's telling me something different here than she always has, so let me take note of this. And we'll see what happens the next time. That's kind of how it works on this retraining. So your brain, this is really important, your brain will default to all of these symptoms that you can have if you're only focusing on your healing, okay? So what I'm saying is you have to have other things to do in your life. You have to have human tasks, normal things, you know, being with your family, picking up your kids, walking to the mailbox. You have to have human things to do that are not all focused on fixing yourself, fixing this problem in your mind. So the more that you have to do, the healthier that you're going to be. And there may be some things that you need to add into your daily routine so that you have more to do. Because you can't just become this obsession of something's wrong with me and I've got to fix this, okay? So when these things happen, when you start to feel anxious or when your heart starts to race or when you start to feel that tightness in your body, those feelings of anxiety and these signals, try to breathe through them. Try to breathe and continue to do whatever it was you were doing. And I know that sounds pretty simple, but you'll find as you start to do this, it's not as easy as it sounds, but it's so powerful and so worth it for you to at least try this. So we cannot stop our lives when the symptoms show up. We can't just stop living. I cannot tell you how many times I have canceled appointments, canceled engagements, not done what I wanted to do because these symptoms just overwhelmed me and literally shut me down or put me in the bed with the covers over my head to escape, to not deal with this. We can't stop living our lives because we're telling the brain, that's what we're going to do the next time. That's what I want you to do the next time. So we have to start telling the brain something different to change our lives. So how you are responding to these alarms of this hypersensitivity and being so sensitive, how you are responding is what is going to retrain your brain and your nervous system. And you can learn to do this over time. You can learn this because you are going to have examples and opportunities every single day of your life to use this and utilize this because life is going to keep going on. It's just going to keep moving along. So you may not feel ready right now. Do it anyway. Start trying to implement these different responses anyway. Almost nobody feels ready. I don't feel ready, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try this because I want a different life and I want to feel better. And I know you can do this too. And I'm giving you all of the support right now that you can possibly imagine. So go for it. Do this with me. I'm giving you so much, such a shout out right now just for thinking about trying. So do this, and I'll catch you on my next video.